He said it so softly that almost no one heard him. In a room filled with expensive suits, polished shoes, and confident laughter, the boy's small voice felt out of place. "I can fix this." The millionaire laughed first, not out of cruelty but disbelief. A tired, amused laugh, the kind powerful people use when reality feels untouchable. No one in that room could imagine that this single sentence, spoken by a poor boy with dusty shoes and trembling hands, would soon turn their world upside down. And yet, before this day ended, the same man who laughed would be standing on his knees, eyes full of tears, whispering words he never thought he'd say. "How did you do it?" The boy's name was Adam. He was barely 12, thin from hunger, his clothes faded and stitched too many times by his mother's careful hands. He shouldn't have been in that building at all. The glass walls, marble floors, and silent elevators belonged to people whose problems were measured in millions, not meals. But Adam had followed his mother there that morning because she cleaned offices at night, and on this day, something had gone terribly wrong. She collapsed while working, her body giving up after years of exhaustion, and security rushed her away as if she were a problem to be removed. Adam waited. Hours passed. Then men in suits entered a large conference room, voices sharp and urgent. Curious and afraid, Adam stood near the door, listening. Inside the room sat Richard Hale, a self-made millionaire known for fixing broken companies and impossible deals. But today, his hands were shaking. On the table lay documents, charts, and a single tablet showing a red line crashing downward. His company, his life's work, was about to fall apart. A critical system controlling his global operations had failed. Engineers had tried everything. Millions were being lost every minute. Richard's pride hurt more than his bank account. "We've done all we can," someone said quietly. That's when Adam stepped forward, his heart pounding so loud he thought everyone could hear it. "I can fix this," he said. Laughter filled the room. Some people smiled kindly, others shook their heads. Richard looked at the boy, irritation flashing across his face. "This isn't a game," he said. "Go back to where you belong." Adam felt his cheeks burn, but he didn't move. He remembered the night sitting beside his mother as she worked, watching broken machines come back to life under her hands. He remembered how she taught him to listen, to sounds, to patterns, to problems. "I've seen this before," Adam said, pointing at the tablet. "It's not broken, it's confused." The laughter stopped just for a second. Something in the boy's eyes, calm, certain, made Richard pause. Against logic, against pride, he sighed. 5 minutes, he said. "That's all." Adam approached the screen, hands shaking at first. He asked questions no one else had asked. He noticed details everyone had ignored. Slowly he began tapping, adjusting, reconnecting pathways the experts had overlooked. The room went silent. Then, suddenly, the red line steadied. Numbers changed. Alerts disappeared. Someone gasped. Another whispered, "It's working." Richard stood frozen, staring at the screen as his company came back to life under the touch of a boy who owned nothing. In that moment, Adam didn't feel rich or powerful. He felt something better, useful. Just when it seemed the miracle was complete, the lights flickered. The system froze again, harder than before. Panic returned, heavier this time. Adam stepped back, fear washing over him. Maybe this was where the story ended. Richard's voice cracked with frustration. "I knew it," he muttered. "This was a mistake." Adam swallowed hard. He thought of his mother lying unconscious in a hospital bed, of all the times she never gave up. "Please," he said softly, "one more minute." Something broke inside Richard then, not the system, but his certainty. He nodded. Adam closed his eyes, breathing deeply. He stopped fighting the problem and listened. Then he smiled. With one final adjustment, the system restarted, clean, stable, alive. The room erupted. Phones rang with good news. Losses stopped. The unthinkable had happened. Richard walked slowly toward Adam, his laughter gone, replaced by awe. "Why you?" he asked. Adam shrugged. "Because no one else believed they could learn something new." The boy thought that was the end. He thought he would return to the hospital, to worry, to poverty. But this was only the beginning. Richard visited Adam's mother that very night, arranging the best care without a single question asked. Days later, he offered Adam an education, mentorship, and a chance to grow. But more importantly, Richard changed. He listened more. He laughed less at others. He remembered what it felt like to be small and ignored. Adam never became arrogant. He never forgot where he came from. Years later, when people asked Richard what changed his life, he never talked about money or success. He told them about a boy who said, "I can fix this," and meant more than just a machine. And the message stayed with everyone who heard the story. Never laugh at a quiet voice, never underestimate a humble heart, and never assume greatness only comes from those who already have everything. Sometimes, the ones who fix the world are the ones the world almost ignored.